Hey, friend. This episode, it's a little different. If you're listening to this in that quiet space between Christmas and New Year's, when the calendar says you should be energized, but your body and soul are very clearly asking for rest, this one's for you. I don't have any lessons today, no takeaways, no power move, just a pause to end the year. I wanted to end this year by saying thank you, because if I'm being honest, 2025 was a year. It was a year that needed surviving. A year that stretched us, surprised us, and asked way more than we expected it to. And I know it wasn't just me. This was a year of showing up tired, of holding a lot quietly, of doing hard things while still packing snacks, answering emails, traveling for work, caring deeply, and trying, really trying, to stay fit, fueled, and grounded in the middle of real life. And maybe this is fitting. This is actually episode 31. The final episode of the year, the end of a really hard era. I didn't plan that intentionally, but when I noticed it, it made me pause. In scripture, Psalm 31 is about trust, about seeking refuge, about being delivered after a season of fear, pressure, and uncertainty. One of the most well known lines says, "Into your hands I commit my spirit." And that feels exactly like where I am right now. No rushing ahead, no forcing clarity, just trusting that what carried me through this year will carry me into the next one. Even beyond scripture, the number 31 is often broken down into three and one: faith and identity, coming together to create a foundation, not a flashy beginning, but a stable one. And that feels like the right way to end this year: grounded, grateful, and trusting what's next. When I started Fit Fuel Female, I didn't know exactly what it would become. I just knew I wanted to make an impact. I wanted a space where ambition and exhaustion could coexist, where strength didn't have to look perfect, where discipline and grace could sit side by side without judgment. And somewhere along the way, this turned into something way more than a podcast. It became a place to land, to heal, a reminder that you're not behind, that you're not weak for needing rest, that consistency doesn't mean perfection. What we built this year wasn't fueled by being perfect. It was built on honesty, on real stories, on Me Too moments, on women who kept listening, even on the days that felt disconnected from themselves. That matters more than numbers ever could. So thank you. Thank you for listening while driving to work, or folding laundry, or walking the dog, or falling asleep, or sitting alone in your car for 5 extra minutes because it was the only quiet you'd get all day. Thank you for the messages, for the vulnerability, for trusting me with your ears, especially on the harder episodes. This community exists because you showed up, and I don't take that lightly. And listen, if you're wondering what I'll be doing on New Year's Eve, I will not be counting down New Year's with the New York City crowd in person. But I will be in bed by midnight Eastern Time celebrating New York's New Year, because there is absolutely no chance I'm making it Central Time midnight. That's growth. I'll probably be snuggling my kids, and if I'm being honest, very ready to send them back to school while still breathing in that sweet scent that somehow smells like home, chaos, snacks, and everything that mattered this year. Them, my family, my faith, God, my husband, my friends, and all of you. That's the list. That's the win. And I want to say one more thing, because I think we need to hear it. I'm proud of us. I keep hearing people say, "This year almost broke me." And honestly, I'm over here like, it did, not almost. But here's the thing: we're still here. And not in a look at us thriving kind of way, in a real way. We showed up when it was hard. We stayed when it would have been easier to check out. We adapted, we adjusted, we survived. And maybe being broken wasn't the end. Maybe it was the rebuild we all needed. Which is why the idea of shedding, it keeps coming up for me. I also keep reading everywhere that 2025 was the year of the snake and 2026 is the year of the horse. Now, I don't really do animal symbolism, but if the snake represents shedding, then I really hope I shed all of the unnecessary pressure, noise, expectations, and honestly, bullshit this year. And if 2026 is the year of the horse, then I'm just going to say it. I hope it shows up as my knight in shining armor, strong, steady, and protective, not rushing me, but carrying me forward. I don't need fireworks. I don't need chaos. I'll take aligned, I'll take grounded, I'll take peaceful momentum. As we head into 2026, I won't give you resolutions, no fresh starts, no pressure. But what I will say is that there are some really big things already lining up for next year. I can't share them yet, but I promise I will. And what's coming builds on what's already here. More honesty, more depth, more room to breathe, and the same heart that got us here in the first place. So if you're resting right now, good. If you're unplugging, even better. If you're not ready to think about what's next, that's okay too. We're not starting over, we're continuing. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for helping build something real. I'll be right here when we pick it back up. But until then, stay fit, stay fueled, and peace out 2025.